Hi, here is my science project. Option A. First up, we got bugging. So for mine, I picked a toy bug. This is a little spider I have. His name's Lucas. And I would tell my students to imagine a bug got into their computer and was messing up all their codes. And my next one, debugging, actually connects with the spider. I thought of tweezers, and when you debug something, it is like you would take your tweezers in the computer and pull the bug out. A program. I related this to a toothbrush. A toothbrush because when you brush your teeth, you have a certain routine. You get out the toothbrush, you get out the toothpaste, you put the toothpaste on the toothbrush, and you run it under the water, etc. And then a program kind of works the same. A program is a certain set of things that go in a certain order, and when you click play, you have to go through all those orders, and that's the program. And so it's similar to how a kid would learn to brush their teeth. They go through a certain list of things that they have to do to brush their teeth. Loop. I got a hula hoop. Okay, so the reason I chose hula hoop is because a loop is something that will continue in a circle, like the infinity of a circle, kind of. And with a hula hoop, it kind of explains it by, it goes through the exact same circle. So if you spin a hula hoop around you, it would literally go in a constant loop over and over and over again. Condition. Well, I'll come back to that one. I have it, don't worry. Conditional. I used vinegar. I used vinegar because, okay, you can imagine, the conditional, you have to meet like certain requirements before it can, activate. And so I was like, if my conditional was like vinegar, and I mixed vinegar with water, it would not like explode like it would with baking soda. So if you mix vinegar with baking soda, then the explosion can happen. But under not all circumstances can it actually happen if you mix it with water. This one's one of my favorites, the while loop. I chose a bowl of potato chips. A while loop only took place when, okay, so you were walking down a path, and the example I remember was when it was said, while there are pumpkins. So instead of going over and picking one pumpkin, you would continuously pick up pumpkins until all the pumpkins were gone. So I related it to a bowl of potato chips because I'll eat the potato chips until all the potato chips in my bowl are gone. So it's the while loop, only while something is still there. For behavior, I chose water because water is mischievous. It likes to misbehave. That's a line from Moana. But water, it has many different behaviors in itself. It could be a liquid, a gas, or a solid. And so I kind of imagine water like the actual coding blocks, and you could change them for different behaviors. And so the water, you could choose a behavior of ice when it evaporates, a gas, or when it's a liquid. I'm going to skip the next one because I'll explain later, just like the last one. And for function, I chose paint. I like to think of function as a code inside of a code, because that's kind of what it was. It was separate from the actual code line. It made its own code line. And the reason I relate it to mixing paint is because mixing paint, you could have a lot of trial and errors. You mix in this color until you get the right one. But if you wrote down a list of every color you added, then you could follow that list every time and just use that. Because when you were with the function, you could make a function, and if you wanted to say scan for corn or something, and it would be like look for corn, pick corn, and on the block, and then you could have one block that encompasses all those. So if you could have a paint mixture like that, then you could instantly have the color you wanted instead of having to trial and error all of it. Oh wait, now I can show you why I needed to wait for the other ones. So, wait one sec. Okay, so for condition, I chose the air conditioner. And the reason I chose air conditioner was because you type in a certain temperature in your house, like a certain number, and it will only activate under certain conditions of the temperature in your house changing. So it could go to hotter or colder, like that. And then for the other one I skipped was the event, so light switch. This one also took place not on the same line as the initial coding blocks, like the initial line. It happened away from it. It's because events was something by an outside source affecting your code, like time limits or clicking the up arrow and the down arrow and something happening. So I relate it to the light switch here. Light switch on, off. The only reason it happened was, yes, it was coded in the system, but it only happens when an outside source or something actually affects it. Okay, so that would be my assignment. Bye!